Here is an application problem of using truth tables to prove two statements are equivalent, logically equivalent. So the first statement here is either you get to work. So get to work will be our let's call this first statement P. If you get to work on time, or you are fired, we call you are fired Q. Now let's look. So first we convert the statement to mathematical symbols. Now the second statement says if you don't get to work on time. So because we use P to represent the statement that you get to work on time. So if you don't get to work on time, that would be negation of P. If this is a conditional statement, if then, so I'm going to use an arrow pointing toward the conclusion. You are fired. So I'll put a Q over here. Now, so we're going to prove these two statements, the first one and the second one, are logically equivalent. So now we're going to create a truth table. Okay, so first let's put these two simple statements, P and Q, and fill in the truth values, all the different combinations. Okay, and now, so the first statement, P or Q. So if one of them is true, then the OR statement is true. If both are false, then this OR statement is false. Now the second statement, so this is our first statement, number one. The second statement is negation of P. So let's do negation of P first. So look at the first column, we reverse all these truth to false, false to true. Now let's look at the second statement. If negation of P, then Q. So this time we will look at this column as the condition column and this column as the consequence. So notice that the first one, that's false, which means the whole statement is true. And false again, conditional statement is true. If the condition is true, then all you have to do is to copy those truth values of the consequence. Okay, so now if we compare, well, as we can see, this is our second statement column, and compared to the first statement column, and they have matching values, T, 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 F, and T, 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 F. So which means these two sentences are logically equivalent. So pretty much means they mean the same thing. So the first sentence says either you get to work on time. So if the boss tells you either you get to work on time or you are fired, which means if you don't get to work on time, then you are fired.